Hey, what's up? It's Jack, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough solve. But the catch is, as you can see, I'm using the white top, green front orientation, which I know a lot of you use, and I'm also going to try to use JPerm buffers. So, starting from here and starting from down here. So this is also an M2 OP walkthrough. I'm going to focus on what I might think of in terms of tracing, but also like I guess memo IDs and stuff whatnot too. Not so much on execution, but I might cover a bit of that too. Who knows? So I'm just going to go right to it. So starting off, we have C, then O. So that is coin. I use coin for that, for CO. For some reason, I think of like this massive coin with George Washington on it. Pretty sure that exists in the US. I don't even know if it does or not. I know George Washington's like on the bill, but it's probably on the money as well. And I don't even know why I think of like, American currency, even though I'm from Australia, but that's what I think of as a living noun. Then we have D, and since we need to start a new cycle, I'll go to B. So he's dabbing, so massive George Washington coin doing the cheeky dab. And after that, that goes down to, so I kind of know that's like a blue sticker, and I kind of went to these two pieces already, so I'm kind of thinking it has to be down here. We have S and U, so that is sushi. And if we go back up to here, we get B at the end. Actually, you can kind of combine them all to make like sub. So I kind of think of like the Subway sub. And there's like a cheeky corner flip twist facing that way. Or I kind of think of like just the UD sticker of the corner twist when I memorize them. So in this case, it's the yellow sticker and it's facing that way. So chucking it all together in one image. Keep in mind there are many ways to like memorize stuff and use different words and kind of combinations, but this is just one example. Massive George Washington coin doing the dab, and out of his dabbing hands comes out a subway, and it kind of drops down in like this front right direction, which is how I memorize the corner twist. Could be a bit risky for some people, might have to experiment with that. I know some people might just do like memorize, for example, P and V. So you could think of the sub falling down onto a pavement, so whatever floats your boats. Okay, for edges now. Oh, also in terms of tracing and whatnot, I kind of know whether it's done like intuitively or not. I'm not really using my fingers, although you could do that. I think it works fairly well for corners because there aren't too many of them. You can also use like that sort of math formula thing I mentioned before, and that's technically what I do, even though for me it's more on a subconscious level. But essentially, in the context of corners, so in terms of the amount of expected letters or targets you're meant to memorize, I'm not including twisted or flipped edges, it'd be 7 plus every new cycle you get. In this case, we had 1, so it goes up to 8. Then you subtract any twisted corners, so it goes back to 7. So I did have 7 letters, excluding the twisted corners, so I know that I've covered everything. So, edge time. Starting here, we have B and S, so bus, and then H, then P, so hop, L, so that's my buffer piece, so I want to go to D, so lad, V, I, V, that goes down here, S, X, T, so shit, YouTube please don't demonetize me, and E. Also there's a flipped edge. And I think edges in this case is a pretty similar case to what we had for corners. So for edges, you kind of start off with like, I mean, you already have the information that you have an odd number of targets for corners, so you already know it has to be an odd number. But anyway, it's like 11. You start off with like 11, then you add every like new cycle. So we had 1, so it's 12. But there's like flipped edge, which takes it down to 11, which is the expected number of letters for memorization, and that's what we got. And I tend to use just visual memo for flipped edge, so I just kind of remember this dude's here, this chilling. So starting off with execution, we have B, so and then S. I think actually from JPerm, if you learn from JPerm, you memorize this as like I initially. In my tutorial, I teach people to do the swap during memory. Sorry, not during memorization, during execution instead, which is what I ended up doing here. But either way works quite fine, so it doesn't really matter. But since I'm doing it during execution, I have to do the alg for I instead. So that goes like this. And then we have H, P, then we have L, and D. It's pretty repetitive, so I'll kind of fly through this a bit. And then we have V, S, and then we have X, T, E. Oh, this is a cool, neat trick you can do for this flipped edge, do all of it in one go. So for Q, I recommend you do this alg, or like using your other ring finger, it doesn't matter. But notice how like it's an M2 off, just like a twisting alg. So if you just did the L move differently at the end, you'd get this instead. So if you want to do all this twist, you can just do the Q alg and just do the L move the other way around. And you've solved all the corners with the parity thing, of course. So yeah, just a cool trick. I'm not sure if I'd recommend necessarily setting up to this case. I guess it could be useful, like if it's, for example, like here, you could do your... I think that'd still be decently fast. But keep in mind that even just doing like standard M2 like strats is also pretty quick, so it's not really... May not be as useful as you think outside of that context, but just wanted to point that out. Okay, so parity alg, do this. And then we're up to corners. This might take a bit longer for me because I used to learn from this buffer, but I'm trying to think in terms of that buffer, so I'm kind of swapping in my head for the time being, so sorry if I seem sloppy. Corners is much more straightforward though, so I'll kind of fly through it. So we got C, which is, so we have O. What is O? And then we have D, which is then we go to B, which would be, and then X, hold on, sorry, S. So I'm trying to convert the letters in my head. U, and then back to B. And there's the corner twist. I mean, just doing this OP, going for this ticker than that one is totally fine. But if you wanted to, you could do kind of like what I did just then, sort of. So you could kind of set it up to here, and then you do like the beginner's alg kind of method almost. So you kind of pretend this is like that pretty much. But you just do an off setup, and you can kind of do like a beginner's method kind of thing to do all of that. And that's solved. So yeah, that's about it. Hope that was useful. Feel free to comment down your own memorization for like the letters I used or whatnot. So other people can see like, you know, how other people memorize, because some people might use different words for different letter pairs, or like even some of the audio pairs. So feel free to like share down below so other people can check it out. So with that out of the way, I have a big announcement to make, which is that I am going to hit 10,000 subscribers soon. So yay. So for that, I'm going to do a Q&A, just like my 5K sub special, but it's been a while since I did one. So feel free to comment down your questions below. I guess that isn't really a big announcement. That's kind of obvious. I was going to do that. I guess the actual big announcement, well, it's not really an announcement because I'm going to announce it in the Q&A video. Yeah. I've been doing something in Tier for like the past like 4 or so months, I think. Yeah, let's say about 4 or so months. Don't want to say anything more because that'd maybe ruin the secret. It's kind of related to cubing, I think, but not in the way you'd expect. So look out for that as well. I will reveal it at the end of my 10K subscribers special video. Anyway, for that video, feel free to comment down your questions below that you want answered. I'll also accept questions from a similar Instagram post I'll be making, and I'll probably make a community post on YouTube as well, so anywhere is fine. So I'm sure I'll leave your questions down below, and your questions might be answered by me, yours truly. So that's about it. Be sure to subscribe for more hot videos, and of course my 10,000 subscriber special, and also my newsletter and stuff in the description. Yeah, that's about it. Bye.